Hey friends, Lucy here with Anvil and Light, and today I thought we could put my new xTool P3 CO₂ Laser to work by making my dog Stella a pet tag. I picked up this gorgeous sparkly purple cast acrylic that I've just been dying to use on this project. Just look at it, it's just so sparkly. I don't know if you can see that, I hope you can, but it's just beautiful, it's gorgeous. So again, I've been super excited to test it out, and purple is Stella's color. As you can probably tell in this clip, hit it, Jay. Good morning. Yes, she is definitely my bark girl, and boy does she love to bark. Pretty much her favorite thing to do. And my favorite thing is to make her accessories. So let's get started. So first we're gonna go ahead and give this piece of acrylic a good wipe down, just to remove any fingerprints or anything like that that might be on it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to apply some transfer tape to the acrylic so that it will help prevent any flash off or anything like that. It's not a guarantee. There may still be some left over, but I want to make sure that I try to eliminate as much as possible. So I have a piece of transfer tape over here that I had pulled off and ready. So let's go ahead and apply the transfer tape. Kind of gets a little tricky. If any of you guys have worked with transfer tape before, you know the struggle. So I'm gonna go ahead and just on there, and I have this tool over here, this brayer, that I'm gonna use. Then I'm just gonna snip off some of this excess transfer tape that we do not need. Go. I see a couple of bubbles, so I'm gonna try to get those out. But the thing with transfer tape and engraving is that a lot of times the engraving doesn't really come out the way that you want it to, the way that you have your setting set to engrave in. And so what I'm gonna try here is I'm gonna try to score the engraved bits first, then debride it, and then go back in and do the engraving on top of that. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and I'll meet you back. I am in the xTool studio, and I've already loaded the file, but as you can see, it's the complete file with the cut, engrave, and the score. And all we want to do right now is score. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on each of these that I don't want to be processed right now, and I'm going to uncheck the output box. And what that does is it will ignore the items that you don't want to be completed, while keeping the items that you do want still visible. So we're going to go ahead and hit process. And as you can see, only the scoring is going to take place. It's going to show the path, and I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And I have to actually go over to the xTool. So I'll meet you over there. So here we are at the P3, and my God, is it huge. I mean, especially on this Husky tool chest that we had to put it on, because we did order the cart that came with the, the bundle, but it did unfortunately go out of stock. So we had no choice but to go find something that would accommodate the xTool and this work. The thing is, I'm 5'3", and I basically have to be on my tiptoes to get in there. So it's fun times. So let's go ahead and put it up. This is the interior. She's a bit dusty. I've been putting her to work. This is the camera that does the auto adjusting. I figured I'd take you inside the xTool with me, and don't mind my slats. They've been heavily used in the 2+ weeks that I've had this, and she needs a good cleaning. We will get to that later. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and just secure the acrylic to the bed so it's not moving around. And I'll go ahead and take you out of here. So here we are back at the xTool, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this button so you can see how tall it is in comparison to me. Go ahead and watch this. Make sure everything is completed. And if you hear noise in the background, I'm so sorry. I have the air on. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try to debride this right from here so that I'm not moving. So this is what it looks like after I've gone ahead and removed the transfer tape. It's not a perfect job, but I am hoping that it will help some. The xTool software, and we're gonna go ahead and put the toggle back on the xTool software, and we're gonna go ahead and put the toggle back on for the engrave and the cut. And then I'm going to go into the layers panel. And delete these because I don't need those anymore. And we're gonna zoom real far in so that we can realign the design. I think that looks good. Okay, here goes. Go ahead and process. And I will
meet you back at the P3.
There it is. All right, so we're back here. I went ahead and removed the transfer tape. And like I said, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what it would have been without it. So I also went ahead and cut out a piece of clear because I am going to layer that on top afterwards. What we're gonna do now is I like to use this Novus plastic polish #1, clean, shine, and protect. To get all of this residue off. So. Looks gorgeous. So this next step, I'm a wee bit nervous about because it deals with UV resin and the UV light. Not nervous because I'm working with resin, but it is very messy and it can ruin your project if you don't do it right. I'm actually gonna try to use this as a glue to adhere the clear acrylic to the sparkly bone. And I've never done this before. The dog tag onto this this little silicone mat that I've cut into little squares that make it more manageable to fit under these little machines here. So let's go ahead and do a thin layer. If you're worried about me ruining the brush, these brushes were purchased specifically for applying resin. So no need to worry about it. I won't be using it for anything else. Make sure you don't have any resin on my gloves that can transfer. Go ahead and I think just gonna go in and line it up. I'm gonna just rub any excess resin that may have leaked out along the sides. I'm just gonna rub that in here's the test. I've gone ahead and picked 150 seconds. I'm actually probably going to do this a couple cycles just to make sure that the resin is cured. So I'll be back.
One eternity later.
So here it is, guys. I went ahead and added some hardware already, and it did end up taking me about 5 passes in the UV light at 150 seconds. Probably a little bit of an overkill, but I wanted to make sure that the resin adhered, and it did, and it's beautiful. Look at that. There's the back. And so if I were to make this again, I would engrave, contact information on the back, so that if, my doggo ever got lost, they'd be able to reach me. But overall, I'm very pleased with it, and it's something that I can actually go back and do later on if I choose. There it is. All right, so if you like this video, stay tuned for the next. Until then, take care.